Thank you, thank you. I tell you what, we still got some of the workers here. We need to pass the plate after Coach Richardson, man. Pass the plate. Isn't that awesome? I mean, you can see why I say he's a mentor to me. He's been a prophet. He's been big in my life. I think one of the better decisions I made was, coming from Birmingham, Alabama, and that little ragtag team you talked about, Coach. We had a chance to play against his team in the championship game. And we were victim number 37. We were the victim number 37. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not the dumbest guy in the world neither. If you can't beat him, you join him, right? So I headed west, man, and I tell you what, it has been, he came and sat and told my mom, you know what, I'm at the age of 20. You send me a boy, I send you back a man. I do the same thing when I go in these homes. You send me a boy, I send you back a man. Well, hell, he sent me back home in 2002. It was like, I think 22 years later, Coach, you sent me home, right? But but what a journey. It's like my life has been a journey. To Marty and Vicki Burlsworth, the Burlsworth Foundation, Catherine, thank you guys for, this is beyond me. I mean, I'm a very humble guy, and I've had an opportunity to watch the greater movie. I watched the preview. I was at the actual preview. Got a chance to visit with the young man who played Brandon Burlsworth, and man, it was powerful. So I had a chance to watch it again. And one of the scenes, or one of the things that stands out in my mind, I think it was the scene where they talked about the manure. Finding something up under, the Coach Bender, I think, was saying, hey, we may have to look through you, Brandon, and find something, look through all the manure. He didn't say, the coach didn't say manure, he said shit. But Brandon, in his way, he said manure. And so when I think about that, I'm an old boy from Birmingham, Alabama, from a family of 8. We live in a 3-room house. I ain't talking about a 3-bedroom. I'm talking about a 3-room house. Mom and dad in the front room, shotgun house now. All 8 kids in the second room, 4 kids in a bed, and the kitchen. So you talking about humble beginnings. I come from humble beginnings. But you know, there's a lot of love, a lot of sharing, a lot of caring that took place in that home. And one of the things every Sunday, we're going to church. I'm getting my quarter, and I'm going to put it in the collection plate. Every now and then I'll stop off at the store and get me some cookies, man, and then put the rest in there. But that's one thing that was instilled in me in an early age. And one of the things I guess I live by is the golden rule is, and my mom taught me that at a younger age, do unto others as you will have them to do unto you. That's pretty simple. And when I think about Brandon, I watched the tape, his was simple. I had a chance I think I was talking to Mike McFarland back here, and he told me, he coached Brandon. He was from Harrison, coached Brandon at an early age, and so they drove all the way from Harrison, I think, to Colorado. I think, and Brandon's probably at an age of probably 12, 13. I think he said 15 words before they got there, 15 words. So he was quiet. But I tell you what, as Coach just alluded to, his impact, it is unbelievable. Having an opportunity to see what the foundation, what it entails, it has inspired me even more. I have a foundation that I have. But seeing all the things that are taking place, it is giving me the spirit of continue to give. And I learned that from this man right here, Coach Richardson. I learned that with his foundation, Yvonne Richardson Foundation. But can you imagine if we all had that mindset? And because you're here tonight, obviously you are givers, trying to make a difference. Before I get to talking anymore, let me make sure you guys have met my wife, right? And stand up, I want everybody to know this here. She is my point guard. okay? And she points out every damn thing I do wrong. I also have my kids. Could you guys stand? Yvonne, my daughter there, Michael Jr., and where's Dorshita? Dorshita, stand up here. She is standing up. I hope y'all know that. Now, you know, family is very, very important. And when I talk about my kids, they've been, my wife, they've been to me, the backbone. They're like the winds on my wings in terms of, you know, what I do. Because when you talk about in coaching, coaching is what I do. It's not who I am. And I think they know who I am. But even when you talk about coaching in this day and time, it's amazing. Everybody, when they come to that arena, 20,000 plus, man, they're excited. And as the game goes on, they all can coach. They all can do that. Correct? Correct? I was Coach and I, we talk about it all the time. We got some, I know we had some, we got any doctors in the house? Any doctors in the house? Oh, there's a physician. Would you let me operate on you? All right, yeah. He said, no, he would not. But can you imagine your livelihood? And that's one of the things that Coach Richardson was talking about, is depending upon 17, 18, 19 years old, making good decisions on and off the floor. On and off the floor. I want Scotty to stand up for me. Scotty, stand up. TJ, I want you to stand up. Steve, you stand up too. Use a walk-on. Stand up. Now, if you notice, you look at these guys that are standing. One of the things Coach Richardson always talks about, you know, when it's all said and done, it's not the wins and the losses. And right here, you're seeing 4 guys whose lives have been touched. This, to me, when you talk about a coach, this is the win for a coach. This is the win. And what I mean by that is, now that have matured, we have families. We're productive citizens. That's the win for a coach. That's the win for a coach. And so to Coach Richardson, thank you for being that mentor. Thank you for being that father. Thank you for instilling in us the will to give. Not only to give, but to live. And live, hopefully, we continue to live a prosperous life. You guys go ahead and say, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Now, I've had the privilege of being here at the university for 24 years. I had also a privilege of being with Coach Richardson through all his championships. You know, we lost the championship in junior college. We won the NIT championship there at Tulsa. Of course, here at Arkansas, we had a chance to win a championship. So when you talk about a guy that's used to winning, and to me, it does not just talk about winning in basketball. You know, you think about the lives that, you know, that coaches have a chance to touch. And that's why I got into it. This guy here is the reason why I got into it. And as I had an opportunity to be here at the University of Arkansas, I got a chance to be around some great Hall of Fame coaches. Coach Richardson. I saw Coach Norman DeBryan. I saw him. Where's Coach Norman DeBryan right there? He's in the house. Can you imagine a young coach, John McDonald? John McDonald instilled some wisdom on me that goes beyond. And he was talking with Coach Richardson in terms of conditioning your team. Cleveland Hill, I think didn't Coach McDonald tell us about Cleveland Hill, Coach? He did. But he talked about how he conditioned his own team. And so it's something I've taken the liberty of doing myself, because I had an opportunity to play for this guy right here, and I thought he was probably the meanest coach in the country. Coach Richardson, I really did. I mean, he was out to prove something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he was the meanest coach, the toughest coach, but one thing he instilled a toughness that if, you may see me and say, man, Mike's a nice guy. But you get me in between the lines, you get me in between the lines. And I always say this here, if you see me in a game of marbles, or you see me in a boxing match with my mom, my grandma, she in trouble. She in trouble. That's me. That's who I am. So I say that because, I had an opportunity to coach at many places. Basketball, to me, is my ministry. I say that all the time. I have an opportunity to impact, young lives, kids' lives, and everywhere I've been. Coming from Arkansas, went back home to UAB. We did some great things there. We impacted a lot of lives. But one of the things I always talked about doing, you play hard, you act right. So to me, that's doing it the right way. Doing it the right way. There's no in between. Character, that's big with me. And I've lost a lot of players because of, some illegal things that take place, buying and selling players. I just don't do that. I don't go that way. But I've had some great kids at UAB for 4 years, had a chance to go back home. Adversity comes in life. I left home when I was 20. I went back when I was 42 years old as the head coach at UAB. At the height of my career at that time as a head coach, no one was more proud when I went there was my mom. And can you imagine all my siblings? We're playing games at UAB. It may be, let's say if it's 3,000 people in there, 1,000 of them were Anderson. They were my family. But we build it. We build the brand. Everybody call it the fastest 40 minutes. And I cautioned people when I went there. I said, hey, it might be more like 20 minutes of hell and 20 minutes what the hell we're doing. But it caught on. It got better. Then we go to Missouri. And it was bad over there. I didn't know what I got myself into. But to go back to what took place at UAB, in 2004, we're playing against Kentucky, the #1 seed in the country. And I had another ragtag team because they were ragtag, weren't they? But they'll bite you know what. They would bite it. I'm going to tell you that. And we knocked down Kentucky. We beat Washington. That was in March, April. In October of that year, my mom passed away. So my mom got a chance to see me be a head coach for 2 years. And one thing I always say, you can't put a price on that. Just think, I left there when I was 20 years old. I went back when I was 42. So at the age of 44, my mom passed. Adversity took place. The good Lord told me, hey, you got to still do some coaching. I was at UAB for 2 more years. And then the calling went to Missouri. And it was bad over there. It was really bad. We turned that around. Got some good kids in there. And I love it when people say your teams look like the teams of Coach Richardson's team. I take that as the ultimate compliment. Why? Because all his team did, they played basketball at a high level, exciting, fun basketball. They won. They won. And boy, did they win. And we did some winning over that Missouri. And then the calling. I'll never forget when I came into that arena and there was, I don't know, anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 people. I saw grown men crying when I came back here to the University of Arkansas. And to me, it was my calling. I came home. And now there's no other place I want to be than here at the University of Arkansas. And tonight, to me, it really defines that. Why? to be honored. And when you talk about the people that have been before me, Frank Broyles, Senator Bozeman, I know he's here tonight, Kurt Bradbury, Miss Pat Walker. I mean, when you think about all these individuals, and here I am being honored in that way by the Burlsworth Foundation, and seeing all the things that they do, to be a part of that, that's an awesome feeling. I am so honored to be here. The testimonies from my staff, you know, I'm one of those guys that I'm a very humble person. Sometimes you can say, you know, coach is a little quiet. You can't be too quiet here at the University of Arkansas. You can't be too quiet being the head coach. But at the same time, this state here, it continues to show itself. It's a small state, but it has a big heart, has a lot of pride. It's a big heart. And that's the thing I love about being here at the University of Arkansas. This year is coming up, it's 25 years of Bud Walton Arena being open. Can you imagine? It's 25 years ago we opened it up. And you know what we did? We won a national championship. Scotty Thurman, who's on my staff, you know, I always ask this question, Scotty, the ball that Scotty, that you shot, Dwight Stewart, was it a bobble or was he getting ready to shoot that basketball? He bobbled it, he made a great pass, one of the greatest passes in the history of college basketball. I don't know if you guys watched the other night, but they had Arkansas Marathon on the SEC network. And you could relive all the games that season. I mean, I'm watching it, man. It's like doing my homework. I'm excited. And after the game, I see this young cheerleader. I mean, she is on there just going, oh, yes, yes, yes. And she happened to be Miss Regina, Dr. Regina Thurman over here. And I kid Scotty, I said, I knew you was going to be a hell of a recruiter, man. You recruited her when you was in school here, man. And he's done a tremendous job on our staff. Steve, I appreciate you. You know, a lot of people, Steve's a true friend. He and his wife, Kelly, they're true friends. You know, when I was here and even when I left, went to UAB, Missouri, we remained friends. You know, some people, they're friends with you because of the title. But Steve, you know, but I'm investing in Steve. I think I bought like 20 cars from him. But Steve is a great friend, and I appreciate, again, Marty, this has been an awesome, awesome night. Have an opportunity to come here, and I see my staff over there. Appreciate what you guys do each and every day. I'm just being me. I'm just being a humble guy, a humble servant. My calling is through basketball, and I'm trying to continue to touch lives and have an opportunity to be here tonight and just to witness this. It's a humbling experience. It's a humbling experience, but at the same time, it's something I take really in pride. You know, I want to do something that is probably different, but I want to kind of, we got somebody here that's got a camera. We got the camera taking pictures. Okay. I want you to get a shot of this here. All right? And what I want to do is, can somebody turn the lights down? Everybody got your cell phones. I know that, right? I want you to pull your cell phone out, and I want you to get that light, just like in Bud Walton Arena, okay? We're going to light it up. We're going to light it up for Brandon. We're going to light it up tonight for Brandon. Pull your cell phone out, and could we just turn the lights down? Turn the lights down. I know we got more cell phones than that. Turn them down, all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. All right. Let's light it up. We're still working on it. We're still working on it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to get a picture of this here, and I'm going to hashtag it. Let's light it up. Burlsworth Foundation. Thank you, guys. Thank you.